Hello everyone to SRX Creates. So this is the second chapter of class 9 WBPSC Life Science first and third summative का जो chapter है मतलब the chapter of your syllabus, that is the second chapter, that's level organizations of life, in which we are going to deal with few topics. Like the topics, if I describe the topics, there are biomolecules, cell, tissue, major organ of human body and their function. Now let me explain the basic theme of this chapter. Now what's the basic theme of this chapter? In this chapter we are going to deal with the basic level. How in our previous chapter we have already dealt with the life, how did it originate, what are its basic properties, and biodiversity, the classification, how are variety of species classified into animal kingdom, plant kingdom, their subdivisions, etc., etc., right? Now in this chapter we are going to deal with how they're organized, means their biological feature, means the basis. Like we have studied that the protoplasm, right? We have studied about the basis of life, that's protoplasm, in our first chapter, first lecture, right? So in this lecture we are going to deal with those topics. Like if I say protoplasm, what's the constituent of a protoplasm? If I say a cell, what's the constituent of a cell? Now we are going to deal with these topics. Okay, now we all know that cell is the basic unit of life. This is the study of class 8, right? In this chapter specifically, if you say this cell, this tissue, as I already told you in the previous chapter, that a cluster of cells are called tissue, right? As I've already said, and cluster of tissue is organ, and cluster of organ is organ system. Okay, I think this is clear. Now in this chapter, the chapter is huge, and this is the last chapter of your first summative. As I know, this is the last chapter of your first summative examination. As you can see also the syllabus, it's the last chapter, which will have 5 MCQs, 6 VSAQs, 8 SAQs and 1 LAQ. Now mainly from this chapter we have diagrams from the chapter of organ function and mitochondria, and some competency based questions where you will be asked with a picture and to this function and etc. Okay, so after we complete our syllabus we will try our hard best to do some model papers, because I have gathered many model papers from many schools, from my school, etc., so that I can make you practice those papers and you don't fail in your exams, to crack those small points. I'm not saying that to fail the exam, I'm saying to fail those points. To fail to crack those points means there will be a variety of questions, not like class 8 portion, 20 MCQs, 30 MCQs. No, never. See, up to class 8, many schools deals on their private portion, okay? From 9, it's up to the government. So I don't know which school deals with what type of teaching purpose. I know that from 9, the question pattern is different, so I will teach you in a different method. That's my way. Now, it's divided into biomolecules, cell, tissue, major organs of human body and their function. Now biomolecules are what you know. They are the molecules occurring in the living organisms. Means the living organisms are somehow, means like pearls. If you say a necklace which is made up of pearls, like this pearls, now this small pearls and their constituent is what we are going to learn in biomolecules. Now today we will start with biomolecule. We will try to complete this chapter, because in this chapter we have to skip many things and read many things also, learn many things also. Then we will jump to major organs, because major organs is our first priority in this chapter. We will start with major organ, then we will shift to biomolecule, because we have to complete biomolecules in this particular video, and then we will move over particular next video to just see the concept that we are gone through. Okay, just lecture 2 will be the revision lecture. Let's say, let's start our topic. Let's not talk. Okay, I have already posted all the question answers from the guidebook, all the question answers line by line from my book Shatra also. If you need any more help, do comment me, I am always there. Okay, now let's start. As I have already said you, accumulation of cell, okay, accumulation of cell gives what? Tissue. Now accumulation of this gives what? Gives organ. And accumulation of these organ gives organ system. Okay, make this concept clear, very clear, very clear, because this concept is going to help you throughout your biology academic syllabus in class 9, 10, 11, 12. It's very important that accumulation of cells, tissue accumulation, organ accumulation, organ system accumulation, organism. See it, just see it. If these are cells, I am repeating this concept again. If these are cells, 1 cell, 2 cell, 3 cell, 4 cell, let's say there are 20 cells, like 20 cells. That group of cell is togetherly called, collectively called tissue. See, the structure is getting bigger. When one cell was there, the structure was small. When there are more than one cell, like I have said 20 cells, those 20 cells when accumulated, when collectively called as tissue, means they are in a group, in a bunch. That group or bunch, that group of bunch is called tissue. The group of cells is called tissue. It's collectively group of cells. Group of cells is tissue. Group of tissue means the size is getting bigger. 1 cell to 20 cells, 20 cells to 1 tissue, 1 tissue to 20 tissue, 20 tissue to 1 organ, 1 organ to 20 organs, 20 organs to 1 organ system, 20 organ systems to 1 organism. Okay, this is the concept, from 1 cell to 1 organism. This is the transformation. Okay, I think I'm clear with it. This is the concept of cell to tissue, tissue to organ, organ to organ system to organism. Okay, now you have to understand one thing. As you have didn't go through the concept of differentiation, elongation, so I am just skipping that portion. Let's say this thing, tissue, a group of tissue. This if I say, as we are studying about organ, as I have said, group of cell is tissue. Now organ, this organ is a group of tissue. Okay, let's say this is now a tissue, not a cell. Okay, this is a tissue. Okay, this tissue, there are similar tissues, those are similar to each other, they perform the same function. If this performs the function of providing you water, this also provide you water. Okay, now these have the common origin also, means they have originated from the same cell bunch. Okay, means if they have from the A cells, they are also from the A cells. Okay, similar. Now these are collectively called organ. I think I am clear with this. Now different organ have different functions. As I have said, different organ have different functions. And now for these, as example, we can say stomach is an organ which helps in the digestive system, digestion of food stuff which we eat every day, which we gulp, which we drink, all goes in digestion process. Now if we deal with another very famous organ which we know, heart. Now this heart helps in the circulation of blood, throughout our body, so that we can alive. If our heart fails to do its respective work, we will not be able to live. Everyone know this. Now if we talk about excretion, to excrete waste products from our body, we know that waste products means the urine, the stool we excrete, the feces we excrete, they are extremely harmful for us. Those are nitrogenous wastes. Those are urea waste that should be excreted from our body to keep our body healthy. What is the excrete portion? What is the excreta? The excreta is the if I say excreta is the unused portion of the food or the unused portion of our body, means why do we eat food? We eat food so that we can gain energy. Now if a portion of food which is wasted, the wasted portion will be wasted from our stool, feces, urine, etc. Now this is the portion how we will excrete the waste product. Now this waste product is harmful, so that we are wasting it, we cannot gain anything from that food. So for this excretion process, we need an organ which is kidney. Now this kidney is also an organ which performs different function. If I say now kidney, then if you say heart, stomach. If we go on with the definition or the characteristics of organ, we can definitely say organs, those perform different functions. Excretion, circulation, digestion. Okay, now in our second summative, we are going to learn a very good chapter and a very long chapter, physiological processes of life. In that, we will learn plant physiology and animal physiology parallelly. What are those? Plant physiology and animal physiology means the physiological processes we go through. What are those? Excretion, circulation, digestion, breathing, respiration, locomotion, brain means the neural portion, hormones, okay, everything. Now everything will not there be in detail, but this chapter is just a concept. Why is it a concept? Because with this concept we will be going to learn about the organs. If we go means take the opportunity to learn the organs, then the organ systems will be quite easier to learn, right? There are about as in the syllabus I see there are about 12 organs. Okay, 12 organs I see. Now in this 12 organs, let's first deal with the basic thing. Skin. What's the skin? This is a very basic question, but no one is going to be able to answer this. What is skin? If you try to answer this question, skin, you will find difficulty because you don't know the exact definition of this term. Now this term skin, if you say this is my chamda, this is ये तो मेरा चमड़ा है, like ये तो बाहर का कुछ है. Now just now firm this into a definition or just a sentence. Now definition doesn't mean that you have to just swallow a book. Swallowing books in biology is just the foolish thing you are doing. Biology is not the subject that you will gulp subject. No, you have to digest it. You have to feel the essence of the subject. Let's say if you don't like the subject, if you don't feel the essence, you are going to fail in your exam. And that's a very strict point and that's a very bitter point. In skin, if I say ye bahar ka chamda hai, we can write it is an outer covering of human body. We are humans, right? Our body is human body. And if the it's the external covering, then we will simply write it's an outer covering. Simple. Now, it consists of two layers. Now, the layer we see, what's that layer? It's the dermal layer of, you can say, simple epithelium, then basement membrane, etc. etc. I'm not going on this side because this is not in your syllabus. Okay, epidermis and dermis. If I simply say that what's about these layers, I may say that you have seen milk, right? Milk. After you boil the milk, there's a layer, right? Which we eat, which we also store for ghee, homemade ghee, right? This portion, if we say this this layer is epidermis and the layer beside this is sorry, the upper layer is dermis and the layer beside this means if we put up the layer we will see the next is epidermis. So this is the layer combination. I don't remind of a specific example right now, but if you can write in the comment section. The main thing my topic is about that this two layers, epidermis and dermis, is the main concept we are focusing on. You just have to write the layers which is being taught here. Okay, now what's the location? If I say the location, actually it's the very easy topic you can talk about. Location is what you know, where it is situated. Then the answer will be whole body, because skin is everywhere. If you say no, my head has no skin, where can you see the skin? When you will be, what to say, जब तुम टकला हो जाओगे तब तो तुम्हारा स्कैल्प दिखेगा. दैट स्कैल्प इज योर स्किन, दैट्स योर एपिथेलियम, दैट्स योर एपिडर्मिस. Okay, whole body. Now you have to frame this answer like it is situated in whole body, it is located in whole body, etc. Okay, okay. Function. If you are said to write a short note on skin, first what skin, definition, then location, then function. Make it a point like short note. Okay. Now, if I say nowadays you cannot keep without, what to say, you cannot live without fan, right? Fan is being so essential. Summer has already arrived, spring is already gone. If I say in this, what if the fan is off, what will you experience? Sweat. Now that sweat, where does it originate from? Skin. If you touch your skin in this summer, you can feel the oil or the sebum or the, let's say, the salt water that it's excreted from your body, that's chipchipa, that's it's what, sweat. So you can say it's helps in excretion and water regulation, because if it does not water regulate, you will not drink water. Now drinking water is also leads to, if see, you are drinking water, urination is the process you are going through. Now this process, urination, is what? Urination is the process by which you are just excreting the wasted portion. Now if in summer season we also means, if I say, we also excrete by this sweat. Sweat is a type of excretion, that's why it is excreted from our body. This is the wasted product actually. Now the next one, it's also regulate body temperature. If we do not have skin, how, let's take an example, simple example. I am not going to human body example. Let's take the example of a polar bear. Polar bear, if they are kept in this typical summer season of India, let's say Kolkata, let's say Rajasthan, are they able to survive? No, because they are adapted with their skin, their fur, for those polar areas. Okay, now our skin is there to regulate the temperature so that we can adapt with this feature of Kolkata, this West Bengal. Okay, now if we say that in extreme summer, the dogs usually excrete their saliva by their tongue when it's too cold. If you have seen the 3-4 p.m. around time, 2 to 3 p.m. time, in June July month, the dogs are very, like, if you see them now, you will have so pity on them. Okay, done. And then one unknown function, that's it, synthesizes vitamin D. Okay, synthesizes vitamin D. Skin portion complete. Second, stomach. Now stomach, everyone knows what's a stomach. Stomach is the digestive organ, as we have learned here. Stomach. Now stomach is what? It's a part of a digestive system, as I said. Now what does it consist of? Now stomach, if I draw a stomach here, I am not good at drawing a good, but if I say this is your esophagus or this is your food pipe, and food pipe leads to this stomach, this stomach also has parts. Okay, parts. I don't think it's necessary for you all to understand this portion of pyrolus body fundus, because I think it's literal very hard for you all, but I will try you to explain because it's necessary as syllabus has given. Now there are 3 divisions I see in the book, but I will teach you more. See, if this is the portion, now let me draw it once, the stomach. let's say food pipe comes from here. Okay. Okay. This, let's say this is stomach. Don't laugh at my drawing. Let's say this leads to the small intestine, and this is the what to say, this is my stomach where it ends. Okay, now I am going to highlight this portion so that you can understand. Now let's take the blue highlighter. This portion is cardia. This portion is cardia. Everybody has their specific functions, but the functions are not in your syllabus. This typical functions, we just have the respective functions, not like cardia has some functions. Okay, now okay, yellow. Now this portion is fundus. Fundus. Okay, this portion is fundus. I'm writing all along. This portion is pyrolus. Sorry, body. This portion is body. If I say this portion is body, okay, this portion is body. Okay, and this portion is pyrolus. Okay, I think I'm done with fundus, body, pyrolus. Okay, I think I'm clear with this topic, because the next topic, Lokesh, upper abdominal cavity below diaphragm. This is the location. I actually love to bought that the model of a stomach where it's clearly explained, but I don't have that. That's my luck. But if you have the book, if you open the book, you can see it's written upper abdominal cavity below the diaphragm. I'm not writing that. Okay, now you know what's diaphragm? If I say in Bengali, it's Modhochhoda, if anyone is from here Bengali. Okay. Now diaphragm, if you see, when you breathe in or inspire, the diaphragm comes upper. When you exhale or expire, means diaphragm comes down. The diaphragm, a dome-like organ which is coming up while inspiration, coming down in expiration. This organ, below this organ, our stomach lies. Okay, now upper abdominal cavity means we have two abdomens. Okay, what's that abdomen portion? If you have learned about good touch and bad touch, I think this portion is clear. Now upper abdomen and lower abdomen. Upper, you wear undergarments. The portion where undergarments we wore, that portion, that specific portion is where lower abdomen starts from. We specifically, our reproductive organs are our, means what to say, the organs that come under lower abdomen are our mainly reproductive organs. Let's say in male, let's say in female. These organs are mostly the portion of lower abdomen and stomach, where the stomach ends. That portion where upper abdomen ends, where the stomach starts, or below the diaphragm, this is called the upper abdominal cavity. Now this upper abdominal cavity where the diaphragm lies, the diaphragm's below, stomach is there. Now what's the function? Function, it receives from mouth cavity. If I say this is the mouth, from mouth, esophagus to here, means food pipe to there. This is the portion, like it receives the food from esophagus or food pipe or mouth cavity. Mouth cavity means if we open our mouth, the cavity, if when we open our mouth, the full the mouth we see, the inside portion, that's a cavity. Cavity means an open portion. Now in that portion, the mouth cavity, okay, now it's received gastric juices and digest protein and fat. Now protein, fat, carbohydrate, and many these three types of food and many foods are digested in this specific organ. Now in this specific organ, it also secretes some gastric juices. Now the gastric juice, as I said, this gastric juice, let's say this is HCl, hydrochloric acid, which is mainly present in our stomach. Now this gastric juices is also secreted, and there are many also. You will read all those in class 11th if you have the fate of having that chapter digestion absorption. Okay, now, done. This topic is done. Function, everything done. Function is one, taking the food, receiving food, and number 2 is secretion and digestion. Done? No. Pancreas. What's pancreas? Pancreas is an organ. Of course, it's an organ. Now, I will attach a picture. Don't worry, I will attach a picture when this portion, like this, will be edited. I will attach a picture here. You will see that there is a organ like this. Okay. This pancreas is a mixed gland, that is an exocrine gland and an endocrine gland. Alpha cells, glucagon, beta cells, insulin, PP cells. Okay. This organ is a pink colored leaf shaped gland. Pink colored leaf shaped organ. I think this resembles a leaf somewhere. Now it is lying within the U-shaped loop of duodenum. Now what's duodenum? When the stomach ends, the portion starts of small intestine like this. It starts a portion of duodenum. Now in this portion, after the stomach ends, there's the gallbladder, liver, common bile duct, and the pancreas. Okay, this portion together comes here. Now, so I think you understand the location. It's lying within the U-shaped loop of duodenum. Okay. Now, if you're having some sound problems, it's because of the fan. Okay. No. As I said, it's a mixed gland. Mixed gland means exocrine and endocrine. If you don't know the concept of exocrine and endocrine, I must say exocrine is a duct-with gland and endocrine is a ductless glands. Ductless glands are what you know. They get, after they are originated, they get simultaneously mixed with the blood and sent to their target organ. Now hormones are some chemical messengers, and exocrine hormones secrete enzymes with a duct. They have a duct, specific duct, so they can give the input to their target places. Okay, clear? Now this exocrine part, as I said, secretes enzymes. So when it secretes digestive juice, means pancreas is a mixed gland, its exocrine part secretes digestive juice. Okay, clear? This digestive juice called pancreatic juice. Now exocrine gland, I'm not writing endocrine here because enzyme. Let's say the enzyme is pancreatic juice or digestive juice. This digestive juice has enzymes for digestion. Done. Means this exocrine gland secretes something that is a juice, and this juice contains enzymes. Means if you are going to write this very properly, it's the juices rich in enzyme. Okay. Now, and it's endocrine part. Now the endocrine portion comes. In this endocrine portion, we have hormones like insulin and glucagon. If you have definitely heard about insulin. Okay. Now the next portion will come under the respiratory and the heart portion, circulation portion. Now let's see about the a few unknown topics, because there are a few unknown topics that we will run right now, the main big topics. First, spleen. What's spleen? It is a lymphoid tissue of our body. Lymphoid, largest lymphoid tissue. Now, let me give you a overview of the spleen. I am drawing spleen, okay? Let me draw spleen, and I give you information that spleen is the I say graveyard of RBC. Okay, spleen is the graveyard of RBC. Like it's bean shaped, like, okay. If I say like this, it has some blood vessels also, like this. Spleen. Now spleen is what? A lymphoid tissue, as I said. Bean shaped organ for filtering blood, mainly main function filtering blood. Lymphoid tissue. Now you may ask the question, what's a lymphoid tissue? Now lymphoid tissue is a specific topic in lymphatic system. Okay, this is it is a specialized tissue. Lymphoid tissue is a specialized tissue like lymphocyte. You know what's a lymphocyte? Lymphocytes are mainly considered under immune system, immunity. They're crucial for immune responses, and when they are formed, they get matured and they activate. Now this is what lymphoid tissue function mainly, and as you can see, spleen also works as the same. Now spleen is situated where? The book has a very difficult portion which is not possible to understand for class 9 fellow students. As I said, we have to omit some topics. Now explain this. Spleen is a small organ. First, bean shape means small organ. Inside our left rib cage, let's say this is the sternum, ribs. If this is the right, this is the left. This is the left rib cage. If this is stomach, consider this as a stomach, please. Left rib cage, inside left rib cage, and stomach. Let's say this is the main location, and if you want more specified, I can say it's between the 9th and 11th rib, not more than that. 9th and 11th rib. Okay, not more than that. I'm going to explain because this is not your topic to be learned, like where, like in your book it's little like the left hypochondrium directly beneath the diaphragm, above the left kidney and descending colon. This is not required, right? I have not taught you what's hypochondrium, what's diaphragm. Basic definition I've told you, but I have not explained you, right? Left kidney, descending colon, this is not for you. Now embryonic stage, embryonic stage, red blood cells are originated from spleen, as I have said. And at the same time, old RBC and WBC are destroyed within spleen. Okay, RBC, as I said, graveyard, they are destroyed there. And embryonic stage means the 2 to 3 months after a mother gets pregnant. That portion is called embryo. 2 to 3 months, that's very large. 1 month after the zygote forms, the next step towards the zygote, when the blastula portion is done. Okay, I think it's complete. Now the spleen also helps in phagocytosis, or bacteria, engulf bacteria or foreign particles. Like it helps our body in immune system. As I said, lymphatic tissue means it will help us from all the foreign particles that can affect our body. Okay, please write it along because it's not possible for me to write the whole book here. The lymphoid cell of spleen also react against infection. Lymphoid cells infection में मदद करता है, मतलब they help in infection. Clear? Done. This is a very large topic. I think we will not be able to complete biomolecules today. But if I complete, this will be a long lecture, and I will try that. Let it be a long lecture. 1 hour is maximum, not more than that. Now, testis. I don't know what's your thought in this reproductive organs, but if you are a student of mine, you should have no shame to study testis, ovary, penis, vagina, etc. Being a student of class 9, the board has decided to teach you these things, the organs, about these things. So I'm not going to touch this thing that testis are something that can helps in your reproductive something like. I'm not going to do that. You have to know the single thing. Okay, you are studying biology, a subject that leads to your life. Okay, so please keep your this funny side while reading biology outside your room. Testis. It's mainly referred to male because males only have it. It's a reproductive organ. Okay. It's it's 2 in number, 1 pair present. Okay. If, let's say, this is a scrotum sac where our testis lies. Okay, these are the testes. Now, one testis is upward and one testis is downward. I'm not saying that what left or right, but one is upward and one is downward. Why? Because it's beside our thighs, right? If our thighs get suddenly jointed and they will not crush, so that's why it's one up and one down. See, I have drawn the line on this and this. Okay, two testes and one about 12 gram in wet. 12 gram in wet. Now this stores mainly the sperm or the male gamete, male reproductory gamete. It is often referred to as testicles. Okay. Now, where its location, I have already talked about the location while telling you about this. Location is, testes are enclosed in a loose fold of skin. Loose fold. If you see the scrotum sac, like mainly the males, if you can means understand that that's a small fold of skin which is very thin and it's enclosed. The testes are enclosed within that skin which is called the scrotum and hangs. Okay, and hangs with the body. Okay, hangs. Done. Now, it produces, I have already talked about the function, also produces sexual sperm. And secretes male hormone, testosterone. What's hormone? Chemical messenger. Clear, testosterone. Ovary for female. Now, if I try to draw an ovary, almond shaped small structure. Now, if I say about ovary is like this. These are the ovary actually. Okay. Ovary. This is actually the main reproductive system, female reproductive system. Okay, done. Let's say this is the ovary. I'm not drawing exactly because it will take time. Ovary. This is the uterus where the baby lives for 9 months in the womb, and this is the almond-shaped ovaries. Now let's say this is the uterus and they lie close. The location is lie close to uterus at front of oviduct. Now don't think that this is from the book exactly. I'm also talking something on my own. Okay. Bookish language is you can find in book. If these are ovaries, there's some oviduct from where this will be secreted. This is what oviduct and uterus in front. Complete. Done. Now it also produces sex cells, which is ovum. And female hormone, estrogen, progesterone. Clear? Done? Done. Now, last one which we don't exactly know very clearly about. Liver. See, we know the name liver, but actually we don't know anything about it. What's liver? No answers. It's the largest digestive gland of our body. In the digestive system, respective digestive gland, which is very largest, is liver. It's reddish brown in color. Many question in exam will come. Which is the largest lymphatic tissue? Which is the largest or digestive gland? Which is the largest organ? Which is the largest cell? Okay. Reddish brown in color. Now located in the cranium, not cranium. Located in the upper right portion of the abdominal cavity beneath the diaphragm. Same location as I said, beneath the diaphragm means here downward. Same location as the stomach, it's beside the stomach also. Now, what's its function? It secretes bile and is active in the formation of certain blood protein. Now, blood protein you don't have to understand, just write secrete bile or bile juice. Secrete bile. An active formation of blood protein if you want to write. But don't tell me to explain this because I can't explain you blood protein right now when you don't know what factors do blood contain, what proteins they can have. No way. We are also not taught like this, what proteins they contain. No. Helps in metabolism of carbohydrate, fat, protein. Metabolism. Just write takes part in metabolism. They also take part in blood clotting. Now I will explain you everything. No, there's no way because class 9 syllabus is like that. It's based on class 11th. You have to study class 11th for this. Now it's not possible in your curriculum, right? I think it's done. Liver done. Now we are done with brain, spinal cord, kidney, lungs, heart. Okay, I think we are very close. Now, lungs. What are lungs? Lungs are a pair of respiratory organ. As we know, these are lungs. Fush. Are a pair of respiratory organ, means respiratory system. They have alveoli. Alveoli. The lungs are enclosed by a double-layered membrane called pleura. Now इस double layer membrane के अंदर रहता है pleural fluid. Understood? Now what's alveoli? Now, when the windpipe divides here, it's your bronchiole. This bronchi is now primary bronchi, tertiary bronchi, means what I have already said you what's primary, secondary and tertiary. Once again, if this is the primary, this is the secondary, this is the tertiary. Now 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree. Let's say these are bronchioles, and after which the organ here it's alveoli. Its alveoli is what? It takes part in respiration, mainly to purify the blood. These are located where? Lungs. Where are they located? They are located in the thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity means the ribcage portion actually. Cavity, there is also cavity. Evolved. This is evolved diaphragm. Okay. Understood? Now what it helps? Very easy. Helps in respiration. And what? Helps in water regulation and temperature balance. Okay. Heart. Now heart is what? Circulatory organ. Helps in blood circulation. Normal adult heart weight of heart 280 to 340. Now, heart is a muscular organ. See, muscular organ. And what's the shape of a heart? It's a fist of our hand. Means if let's say this is our hand, if we when we punch, we put all our fingers inside our palm. That portion, the fist, that's what a fist called. ठीक है? That is what our heart shape. Okay. Now, it is also located in the thoracic cavity. See, beside the two lungs, there is a cavity that's called cardiac notch. Now, the word cardiac goes with heart only. Okay. In between lungs, it's present in the left side. Means the left lung has a cavity or free space. That's called cardiac notch, because notch means notch means that's something carved out, that portion where heart lies. Okay, done. Heart is located in the thoracic cavity in between the lungs. It is present in the left side in the cardiac notch of the left lung or the thoracic cavity. Done. Now, heart circulates blood in its in its heartbeats. Now, heartbeats associate with systole, diastole means contraction, expansion. Okay, you don't have to learn those things. I'm just simplifying this. Okay, just write that the oxygenated blood is forwarded through arteries in the body, and the deoxygenated blood from the tissue reaches in the heart through veins. Okay, this portion. I'm writing this portion. Okay, I don't want to make you hear. First portion. Okay, sorry. First, heart circulates blood. Second, O2 blood or oxygenated blood forwarded through arteries in body. DO2 means deoxygenated blood from tissue reaches heart through vein. Okay, this is the function. I made it easy for you. No writing of systole, diastole. Oh, sorry. See, this is our heart. Left auricle, left ventricle, right auricle, right ventricle. Vena aorta, vena cava, left lung, right lung. This is cardiac notch. This is where the heart lies. This is the liver. This is the pancreas. I am not studied about brain and kidney. These are only left, right? Now, the second portion. The last two topics, brain and kidney. Now, brain and spinal cord. Let's go to it. Brain is a portion of CNS, means central nervous system, and also spinal cord is also a portion of CNS. Okay. Brain consists of what? Forebrain means the front one. Midbrain means the middle portion. Hindbrain means the back portion. Hind means which is hidden. Okay. Now, spinal cord, it's a thick cord that extends from medulla oblongata down to the spinal column. Now, you don't know what's medulla oblongata. If I draw a brain here, now the spinal cord goes down from here. There's an organ called medulla oblongata. Now, this is where the spinal cord originates from. So, this is what is, okay, complete. Now, spinal cord, it extends from medulla oblongata in parallel vertebral column. This is the location. Extend from medulla oblongata. Extend from medulla oblongata in parallel with vertebral column. Vertebral column means the spinal cord only, means the vertebrae. Column means a small, straight something. Vertebral column, spinal column. Okay, what it control? It controls reflex action. What is reflex action? I was so fast on this, right? What is reflex action? A mosquito is there. You will pat. When you touch a hot used utensil, you just put your hand away. This is reflex. You know what will happen. Every day, after you come home, you wash your face. Now see, one day if you came like you don't know anything, your mood is off, you will first go and wash your face because it's your routine that from coming home you will wash your face. It's a reflex. This is conditioned and conditions, there are many. Like whenever a food particle gets stuck in your windpipe, you will take hiccups. This is reflex action. Helps in control muscle tone and diameter of blood vessels. Spinal cord complete. Brain, it is located in the cranium. Cranium is also known as brain box, where the brain lies, and is bounded by meninges. Meninges is a covering. Okay. Now brain is the master control. Okay, it's a master control function. Okay, master control. Receives senses from inside and outside, analyze info, then send messages to body to control its function and action. Done? I think we are done with this portion. Done? Kidney. Kidney. Very important one. Kidney. This is minor calyx, major calyx, cortex, medulla, columns of Bartini. Okay, that's just labelings you will learn later. I knew this, so I just gave you this small information. Kidney is the chief excretory organ. Chief. Important. Kidney is most important, right? Organ. For exams also. Bean-shaped structure like spleen. Bean-shaped. Okay. Weighs 150. What? Gram, not kg. You are not only 150 kg, so how can the kidney be? So, please use your brain while writing units. Now, a pair of kidneys situated in the lower abdominal cavity. I think you understood what's lower abdominal cavity right now, right? Yeah. It's in the back side, right? In the beside the vertebral column. Okay. Kidney filters blood to remove wastes, excrete as urine. It maintains water electrolyte balance, means so that we do not suffer in summer season, right? And acid base concentration also. Understand? Acid base concentration in our body. Clear? Now complete. This chapter is complete. Now everyone is asking me in my WhatsApp that email that why we are not solving exercises, because exercises are not important. Actually, we are going to solve model papers, so I'm not going to deal with this exercise like thing. We will go to this now. Bio molecules. Now, as I said in the first line, that what's biomolecule? Biomolecule is the molecule occurring in the living organisms. Clear? Now, this chapter 2.1 is very vast and very, I must say, this is very unnatural to give in to class 9 students, because it's not possible for a class 9 student to gulp these facts. It's not possible as to complete this chapter today, but we will deal with some very easy topics. Okay. First, we all know what's ATP. We'll go by topic. So, What's ATP? Energy currency of cell. Everyone knows that. Now, what's the full form of ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. Don't think that I will not teach you the previous things. I'm just going with topic by topic so you don't find it boring. Okay, adenosine triphosphate. What is this? This is a nucleoside. What is this? This is a nucleoside. Used in cell as a cooperator of enzyme or coenzyme. Clear? It is often said as molecular unit of currency. What? Molecular unit of currency. It helps in energy transfer, transport chemical energy for metabolism portion, okay? And also is a end product of photosynthesis, cellular respiration, fermentation, and used by many enzymes, structural proteins, let's say biosynthetic reactions, means the reactions, artificial biological reactions, cell division. And now what does ATP consist of? These are the functions of it. It consists of adenosine. Now I didn't give you the idea of structures previously because I think you are not able to understand what's a benzene ring, what's a ring, what's a conjugated structure. So I didn't give you what's adenine. Adenine is a chemical structure, okay? It's a chemical structure. It's not like that. I'm just simplifying this. This is a chemical structure which is composed of an adenine ring. Now see what is adenosine. It's an adenine ring. Ring doesn't mean that the gold ring your mommy wears. A ribose sugar and triphosphate, means 3 phosphate groups. Now the phosphoryl groups starting with the group closest to the ribose are referred to as the alpha, beta, gamma phosphates. Means these 3 are alpha, beta and gamma. Nothing to more, no, alpha, beta and gamma. Okay. ATP is what? ATP stores energy. Major stores energy. Helps other, it's different. Stores energy and is energy currency. Done? Complete? Complete. ATP completed. Now let's come to the basic definition of acid, base, salt. This is where we will end today. Base, salt. Now what's acid? Acid is a substance that dissociates into water, means it breaks into water as H plus and OH minus ions. Sorry, not H plus as OH minus ions, H plus ions and base. I forgot to add base. Base dissociates into OH minus ions. Okay. In an aqueous solution, mainly means water. Okay. And acid reacts with base to form salt and water. Okay. Acid reacts with base to form, means acid plus base is equal to salt plus water. Okay. Now what are the characteristics of acid? Now acid is sour, means tangy. Now have you tasted acid? Oh my gosh, you haven't? Yes, you haven't. Didn't you eat an lemon juice the previous winter? Yeah, that's an acid. What acid? Citric acid. Now it can change color due to dyes. Okay. In class 8 you have already learned about litmus paper thing. Now it can react with certain metals also to produce which gas? Now acid produces hydrogen gas when it reacts with metals. Clear? Clear. Now it can also neutralize bases, means the action of bases can be dimmed with this particular acid. Okay. Now acid are also divided into natural acid and mineral acid. Natural acids are obtained from natural sources, means these are not artificially created. I'm just tongue twisting on my tongue only. And acid which are prepared from mineral are mineral acid, like sulfuric acid, nitric acid. Sulfur is a metal, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. Now malic acid and oxalic acid are natural acids. Now, what's base? Base is what? As I said, OH minus ion. Now base. Have you mistakenly tasted detergent? Isn't it bitter? Yes, it's bitter, means it's karwa. It can change color in certain dyes, as I said, and it's slimy. Slimy, soapy. Aren't detergents slimy and soapy? Yes. It can neutralize, bases can neutralize acids, acid can neutralize bases. Simple concept. Done. Now bases are what? So ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Okay. Now salt. What is salt? Salt is an compound. Which compound? Ionic compound. Now you don't know what's ionic compound, I'm not going to explain. Class 10 is there for that. Ionic compound whose anion comes from an acid. You already know what's anion. Anion comes from an acid and whose cation comes from a base, means NaOH is a base and HCl is a acid, base acid. Now from this acid we will have what? Anion. What's the anion here? Let's say Na. What's the cation? Na plus Cl minus. So Na plus Cl minus NaCl. Okay. Salt. Common salt. Common salt is what? Table salt. Now the reaction between an acid and base is called neutralization reaction. Acid and base together form salt and water. Okay, done. Acid, base, salt is done from this topic, and we will talk about the biomolecules, vitamin, etc. in our next lecture. Thank you for watching this lecture. Bye bye.